The battle of the strongest ocean monsters. In the depths of the ancient ocean, where sunlight never reached and the waters grew cold and still, two titans of the deep stirred. The megalodon, a creature of vast proportions, its jagged teeth the size of a man's forearm, was the ruler of the ocean's mid-waters. It patrolled the endless blackness with effortless power, its shadow alone enough to send shoals of fish scattering like sand in the wind. But far below, in the darker, quieter reaches, another monster slumbered, the Leviathan, a creature of legend. Older than the seas themselves, its body stretched into the abyss, covered in scales thicker than iron, and its eyes glowed like molten embers. It was rarely seen by any living thing, for nothing dared venture into its domain. Only the stories of sailors passed down in hushed whispers told of the beast's terrible wrath. One day, the megalodon, emboldened by its dominance, dove deeper. It ever had before, driven by an instinct it did not understand. It sensed something ancient, something that called to its primal nature. The waters grew colder, thicker, until the megalodon found itself at the edge of a trench that plummeted into darkness. From below, the Leviathan stirred, sensing the intruder. Its massive body shifted, sending ripples through the water, and its maw opened, revealing rows of teeth that shimmered like submerged daggers. With a surge of power, the Leviathan rose from the depths, its eyes locking onto the megalodon. The two giants faced each other in a standoff, the ocean trembling in their presence. For a moment, time seemed to stand still. Then, with a roar that echoed through the deep, the megalodon charged, its jaws snapping shut in a blur of motion. But the Leviathan was no mere prey. Its long body twisted, coiling like a serpent, and with a flick of its tail it sent the megalodon spiraling through the water. The battle began in earnest. The megalodon darted back, faster than its size would suggest, its teeth slashing at the Leviathan's armored hide. The Leviathan responded with crushing strikes of its own, its body wrapping around the shark in a deadly embrace. They thrashed and roared in the abyss, their struggle shaking the very foundation of the ocean. For hours, the battle raged on. Blood stained the water, and the deep darkened with the shadows of the two behemoths. But neither would yield. Finally, with a final desperate surge, the megalodon sank its teeth into the Leviathan's side, tearing a deep wound. The Leviathan let out a deafening roar, the sound reverberating through the waters like an earthquake. But in its fury, the Leviathan struck back, coiling around the megalodon one last time, and dragging it deeper, down into the trench. The water grew still again as both creatures disappeared into the abyss, their final battle lost to the dark depths. For centuries after, sailors would speak of the clash between the two titans, the megalodon and the Leviathan, creatures so vast that the ocean itself seemed to tremble. And though the waters above returned to their calm, the abyssal trench held the secret of their fate, forever concealed beneath the waves.